Hey guys, I'm Paul the Motor Guy, and welcome to my channel, where I pass on riding tips, practice drills, and defensive riding strategies. Now, I'm a rider coach, a motorcycle sergeant, and owner and instructor at ProRider Central Texas, where we teach police riding skills to civilian riders. Now, in this quick video, I'm going to cover a problem that not only plagues new riders, but seasoned riders as well, which is dropping your bike when coming to a stop. I will give you 3 easy tips and an exercise that will help prevent this from happening. So, if this has happened to you, hang tight. Now, if you're not yet a part of the ProRider membership club, click the join button below or in the description under each video to find out all the wonderful perks that you get. One being, you get me as your coach. Okay, enough of that. Now, for those that have already joined to support the channel, I want to thank you very much, and I'm very excited about working with you. Now, be sure to check out the community tab for important posts just for you. Now, dropping your motorcycle when stopping behind a vehicle, red lights, and stop signs is really not that uncommon, and it can happen to the best of us. Now, when I hear new riders talk about dropping their bikes when stopping, the #1 response I hear is that the bike you bought was too big and too heavy, and that you need to start on a smaller, lighter motorcycle. But if you think about it, it wasn't just the size of the motorcycle that caused you to fall, but more importantly, it was bad technique that set off a chain reaction. So, having a smaller, lighter motorcycle doesn't fix the root cause, which is bad technique. So how do you fix this? Now, tip #1 is your handlebars need to be square when you stop. Many of the drops I see is due to the riders having the handlebars slightly turned to one side or the other when they're stopping. Now, when you do this, the motorcycle will tend to fall to the side the handlebars are turned, especially if you're using the front brakes to complete your stop, which I will talk about later in this video. Now, I'm going to use my bike to demonstrate this while pushing it. As I stop with the handlebars turned to the left, you can see how the motorcycle wants to fall to the left. Now, if the handlebars were turned to the right, then it would want to fall to the right. So as you can see, you need to make sure your handlebars are square when you're coming to a stop. Now, tip #2 is complete your stop with your rear brake. Another mistake is that riders will use too much front brake when completing their stops, which upsets the suspension and causes loss of balance. Now, if you also add that your handlebars are not square, this will just make the situation even worse. So I recommend using both front and rear brakes when initially starting your stop. Then once you get to around 10 miles per hour, release the front brakes and finish the stop with your rear brake only. By doing this, you will have more controlled stops. Now, the 10 miles per hour I mentioned is not a magic speed. Sometimes I'll release the front brake at 15 miles per hour to as low as 3 miles per hour. So as you improve on your techniques, your speed may also change as well. But when you're starting out, do what's comfortable. Now, tip #3 is your head and eyes. Now, another cause for dropping the motorcycle when stopping is that riders will tend to either look down to the right or to the left when they're stopping. Now, when you do this, the motorcycle tends to fall in the direction that you're looking. So when you come into a stop, you want to keep your chin up and your eyes looking straight ahead, like in this next video. Now I'm going to show a side view so you can see when I release the front brake lever. Now you can see here, I have already released the front brake. Now the exercise I recommend that will help improve your techniques is the simple stop and go exercise. Now to do this drill, you can put out cones in a straight line at whatever distance you want. Now I do recommend putting them far enough apart so that you have time to ride a little bit before reaching your next cone. Now you can have as many stopping points as you want. Now to do this exercise, you will simply ride and stop at each cone. Now you can also do this exercise without cones. You will simply ride in a straight line, starting and stopping. Now for my demo, I will be using 2 stopping points that are about 80 feet apart. And my speed will be around 13 miles per hour before I start my braking. Now if you need more space between the cones to get your speed up, that's okay. So let's check out this demo. As you can see, I'll release the front brake here. Now, the stop and go exercise allows you to work on both your takeoffs and your stops. And now by applying these tips, you'll be able to make better stops and cut down on those drops. Now, I really hope this video helps. Now, let me know in the comment section below if you've ever dropped your motorcycle when stopping. And until next time, practice, 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 and ride safe.